launch of Dr Nathalie Nguyen's book, South Vietnamese Soldiers, Memories of the Vietnam War and After, hosted by the Australian Centre for the Study of Armed Conflict and Society, was well attended. Among the audience were officer cadets and midshipmen from the Australian Defence Force Academy, University of New South Wales, as well as veterans from the conflict. South Vietnam lost more than 250,000 soldiers in the Vietnam War, and the book focuses on the oral histories related by 40 veterans from the former Republic of Vietnam Armed Forces.
What I thought I would do is to inform you about why I wrote this book and then relate to you one of the stories so that you can get a sense of the narratives and histories contained in the book. The impetus for my book was the lack of visibility of the Republic of Vietnam Armed Forces, or RVNAF, in the historiography of the Vietnam War. As noted by Jeffrey Gray in 2004, the Vietnam War impacted primarily and most directly upon the Vietnamese. But the Vietnamese themselves, and especially those former soldiers and citizens of the Republic of Vietnam, are largely invisible in the extensive published literature on the war. The people, the nation, and the cause on whose behalf we fought have yet to be consciously and effectively written into the history of their own war, unquote.
The experiences of these former soldiers are examined through detailed first-hand accounts that feature 2 generations and all branches of the service, including the Women's Armed Forces Corps.
I remember speaking to one of the female veterans. Many people forget that there were women who served in the South Vietnamese Armed Forces, and some women had 22-year careers in the military. One of the women served in the Airborne Division, and there's a photograph of her parachuting out of a plane. So there's some incredible stories. But one of the women said to me after her oral history interview, she said, "Thank you for listening." So I think that there's been a belief that people haven't been perhaps ready or open to listening to these veteran stories.
It is a poignant story of life during and after the ravages of war. It is a story in which the veterans accepted their only choice was to leave their homeland to rebuild their lives in new countries and cultures. Dr Nathalie Nguyen is author of 4 other books, and she was shortlisted for the 2007 New South Wales Premier's Literary Awards.